Ukrainian officials are urging people to brace for a harsh winter amid ongoing problems with the country's power and energy facilities. Authorities say millions could be impacted by power cuts that could last until March next year. NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber joins us now from Kyiv with more on this. Hi, Ellison. So walk us through the situation facing Ukrainians this winter. What is the warning from officials?
Hey, Savannah. Yeah, so the winter weather is making what is already an incredibly difficult situation for Ukrainians even more difficult. Right now in this country, there are about 10 million Ukrainians without power. That is a quarter of the population here. The World Health Organization is warning that the conditions this winter, the weather on top of everything else, they say it is a life-threatening situation. And simply put, they say winter in Ukraine this year, it's going to be about survival. Listen.
The devastating energy crisis, the deepening mental health emergency, constraints on humanitarian access and the risk of viral infections will make this winter a formidable test for the Ukraine health system and the Ukraine people, but also for the world and its commitment to support Ukraine.
So the World Health Organization says they expect 2 to 3 million Ukrainians to leave home this winter solely because they are trying to search for a safer, warmer place to stay. That's in addition to the roughly 6.5 million people the UN says are currently internally displaced in this country. That's a lot of people, but you also have to think about how many people might need to leave. The conditions might warrant them relocating, but they will be unable to do so. You know, there are a lot of reasons why people do not leave home when they are told to or encouraged to evacuate. For some, even if an aid group or an NGO or the government is helping them, they still have concerns about cost. They worry about safety for vulnerable populations, and particularly those who have disabilities or are elderly. Sometimes physically moving is not an option. So right now, Savannah, there are groups like the UN that are on the ground sort of having a rush to try and get those people in particular as many supplies as possible and try to make repairs wherever they can. Savannah?
Ellison, I know these power issues are hitting people hardest in these newly liberated areas in Kherson and Mykolaiv. What's the advice to people living there, and what's being done to help them?
Yeah, so once Ukrainian forces took back the city of Kherson, the Ukrainian government was quick to acknowledge that they were noticing there was severe damage to critical infrastructure there. Right now, there are a lot of people who do not have access to electricity. They do not have heat. They don't have running water. The Ukrainian government, they say there are teams on the ground trying to make repairs to some of those critical infrastructure elements. We know that aid groups, nonprofits, the UN's Refugee Assistance Agency, a lot of them got in there and were on the ground within 72 hours of that city being liberated, trying to get people supplies that they need, blankets, things like that. But they're also acknowledging the Ukrainian government that some people are going to have to leave. They are going to go from celebrating being free, being liberated in the streets, to packing their bags. The deputy prime minister here has been clear to say these are not forced evacuations, but she said over the weekend that in the coming days, the Ukrainian government is going to facilitate bus evacuations for people in Kherson because it simply will not be safe, given the weather, for them to stay there. Savannah?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.